following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Welcome to the MorganMan Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Stacy Morgan. Here on the MorganMan Sports Podcast, we talk Atlanta Falcons news, pre-game predictions, and all other news surrounding the Atlanta Falcons.
Touchdown, Atlanta!
Also on the podcast, we talk Call of Duty League, esports, covering roster mania, major predictions, COD champs, player trades, and much more to get you ready for every single CDL weekend.
Scuff goes through, and Scuff snaps, wins the one-on-one in optic with the reverse sweep.
If that sounds good with you, put on your Falcons jersey, grab your gaming headset, and let's get this show started. What's going on, you guys? I'm your host, Stacy Morgan, and you are listening to the MorganMan Sports Podcast here on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and on the Belly Up Sports YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about the Call of Duty League 2026 season event details, and we are previewing the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Indianapolis Colts in Germany this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. So without any further delay, let's go to get straight into today's action. Alright guys, so I'm going to keep things short, sweet, and simple. It is that time of the year for me already to have a major head cold and sore throat problems, but I want to go ahead and get this podcast taken care of before all that starts. It's like in the process right now of forming up. So I was like, alright, well, at least while I still have my voice a little bit, it could talk, I would go ahead and do this podcast. So I do apologize if the energy is just not there today and I'm not really talking loud enough. I'm like super close to my microphone more than usual for this one or so. But let's go ahead and get this thing out of the way right here and get you some Call of Duty and Atlanta Falcons information, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to start with the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Indianapolis Colts this Sunday, November 9th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know the TV channel to be exact. I about bet you it's going to be the NFL Network that you can watch this game on. So luckily I got Dish with the NFL package on that. So definitely you can watch the game at 9:30 and watch the Atlanta Falcons either dominate or get dominated at bright and early instead of just midday. Atlanta is coming in this game as underdogs, 5.5 point underdogs to be exact. The Colts are favored to win it by 5.5 scores. Money line is a minus 276 with an 89% public bet in favor of Indy for the money line. And then the total over and under is a 48.5. And this is on Monday, November 3rd at 6:20 p.m. Eastern. For the under at a 48.5 at a 58% public bet. For total stats for this matchup, the Falcons offense versus the Indian defense. The Atlanta Falcons offense is 15th overall in the National Football League, 17th while passing and 15th while running. Colts defense is 16th in the National Football League, 28th against the pass, and 4th against the run. So we definitely need Kyle Pitts and Drake London involved in this game early in that passing game if we're going to have a chance against this Colts defense. Which I also trust Bijan and Tyler Algier to have a good day as well. Especially Bijan, you know, the way he just jukes around defenders is just beyond me, man. I would be done snap my knee in half if I tried a fraction of that, any kind of move that Bijan does. Now, the Falcons defense has taken a slight dip, but we are still a top 5 defense, sitting at number 4th overall in the National Football League, first against the pass and 23rd against the run, while the Colts offense is the 3rd best offense in the National Football League, 5th while passing, 8th while running the ball. So this defense is definitely going to have to be on its heels and toes this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, especially in the run game. The run game is going to be totally just out there with Jay Taylor with 885 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 157 attempts. Jonathan Taylor, that's his name, not Jay Taylor, but I'm on CBS Sports app doing this right here. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I do predict the Falcons to win this one. We always do predict the Falcons to beat their opponents on this podcast. We don't do no negativity. We don't do no losses, straight up wins. And yeah, I'm trying to be different from everybody else because I want to separate the reality of, all right, yes, we still get it that it is just entertainment purposes only, that you're throwing away your Atlanta Falcons gear in the trash can or setting your jersey on fire or turning your jersey inside outwards while going back to your car after that loss. You know, I totally get it that the frustrations do kick in, but hey, guys, we at the end of the day, we're supposed to be fans. We're supposed to still say, rise up, you know, bleep the Saints or, you know, whoever team we're facing, regardless as if we're just lost to the team 30-0, you know, and I'm referencing the Carolina Panthers game right there, or the Miami Dolphins, who were at one time 1-6, come in and beat the Atlanta Falcons. What was it, 31-10? You know, I didn't wear my jersey inside outwards. I was still proud to wear it. You know, I had a guy that was walking in front of me on the way back to the car. He turned his jersey inside outwards, and it was a Bijan Robinson jersey too. And he just like, you know, bleep the Falcons, you know, this team just bleep, 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 bleep. I'm like, man, come on. I know you're frustrated, but dude, at the end of the day, this is still a team that you got to root for. I mean, you invested this much money into it, time and effort. Just still be proud of your Atlanta Falcons fan. I'm over here. I was like, don't worry, guys, we'll get them next week, you know. And I'm just, you know, clapping, stuff like that. And some ladies like, you right, you tell them, don't be negative about this team. Be positive. That's my outlook on this podcast, is to try to be positive as much as I can about this team, because at the end of the day, I've invested a lot of time, money, frustration, heartbreaks, everything into this team, and they are who has made me today. So I love the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm always going to say they're going to win regardless if they're not favored by 100 points. But we are picking them to win this Sunday against the Colts. I will say a 28-20 victory over the Colts, because the Colts did have their game that they lost against the Pittsburgh Steelers this past Sunday. I believe it was 28-20 for them. So I do think they're going to fall into that category yet again against the Atlanta Falcons. And the Falcons get right back into things, being potential threats in the NFC for contenders in that wild card spot. So now we're moving on over, ladies and gentlemen, to the Call of Duty League. So the Call of Duty League, ladies and gentlemen, is finally back. We will begin the preseason right here, the opening weekend, December 5th through the 7th, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, I'm excited for this. I really am. So that would be the open qualifiers for the Major 1 tournament. And then, of course, the Major 1 tournament itself will be January 29th through February 1st. Major 2, and the Major 1 tournament will be held in Dallas, Texas. Major 2 tournament will be held March 27th through 29th in Birmingham, United Kingdom. And this is one of my favorite. The Major 3 tournament will be held in Atlanta, Georgia, May 15th through 17th, ladies and gentlemen, at DreamHack at the Georgia World Congress Center. So I'm definitely looking at getting tickets for that one and going to the Call of Duty League Major 3 tournament that weekend. So definitely stay tuned on that one, because if I do announce it, I will let you guys know, and you come and support MorganMan Sports and Belly Up Sports at DreamHack for the Major 3 tournament. And the kick off pretty much the end of the regular season, it will be the Major 4 tournament, June 25th through 28th in Paris, France, ladies and gentlemen. And then after that, we got COD Champs, July 16th through 19th in Las Vegas, Nevada. So we've already got a date, location, everything for Champs this year. which I know they try to wait to about Major 3, Major 4, right in there, to release the champs date and location. But this year, they just said, all right, screw it. We're just going to go ahead and just put it all out there. So I really do like that right there. Call of Duty Challengers League hosted opens at every LAN event. And we are bringing them at the minor tournaments, ladies and gentlemen. So the minor tournaments will be April 24th through 26th at the minor 1. And the minor 2 tournament will be June 5th through 7th. And of course, those will be online tournaments, which will be just a small cash pool prize. Nothing major. And of course, they would just have to come to Atlanta when they rebranded Atlanta Phase for Vegas Phase. I mean, but it is what it is. But hey, we get an Atlanta esports tournament, and I'm looking forward to it, ladies and gentlemen. And again, that's May 15th through 17th in Atlanta, Georgia at the Georgia World Congress Center. So definitely be on the lookout, because your boy might be going to that now, since it's in my hometown. Well, an hour away from my hometown. So anyway, so I love that right there, ladies and gentlemen. New teams coming in, like rebranded, like again, like the Vegas Phase, Toronto, KOI. It's just it's gonna be action packed, and no doubt about that. You got KOI, you got LAG M8, G2 Minnesota. I mean, this is a different set of Call of Duty League than what we had at the beginning of the inaugural season back in 2019. So this is pretty dang crazy, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, that is all the information right now, ladies and gentlemen, that I could provide for the Call of Duty League tournament and everything going on. I'm super excited about it. Again, stay tuned. Your boy might go to DreamHack for the Call of Duty League Major 3 event. Anyways, but guys, I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to like button wherever you are listening from: iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on the Belly Up Sports YouTube channel. But until then, Stacy Morgan, get you all later. Peace.
Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.